As a company, we work with a lot of product companies, both on the services front, product front. So the first important challenge they have is how much, uh, how many users they have for their products, and how do you make the users to adopt the product more and more, because you may have a great product, the greatest product in the world, but if you don't have users, if you don't have that scale or volume, then the product may not be used by many. It is basically you need that initial thrust, bringing that uh, critical mass. So one of the challenges they have is the proliferation of the product. How do you make sure there are more champions taking your product and talk about it? There are communities, and having that whole ecosystem, building that ecosystem around the product is their first challenge. Second is, in order to do that, you need to have a lot of training to be created, manuals and documentation to be created. Questions needs to be answered on time and all that. So the challenge that they have is, to do all this, they need the best people on board, or the best guys who know the product in and out. But what happens is, often these best people are put in another critical areas like engineering and leadership roles, whom will not have time to do all this. So what happens is, you pull them out of that, then that department suffers, because a product at its initial phase will have only a few people who knows what it is, and create the training. Then the third problem is, okay, you have achieved proliferation, you created training, you have the training infrastructure, you are delivering it somehow, then the product changes. There is 50%, 60%, 70% change, or even 20% change. Based on the training strategy you adopted, then you need to change all that. You have to track where the changes are needed, and then rewrite the modules or add modules and change it. This requires a very flexible process or a system which responds to the speed at which the changes are happening. So the proliferation, the training infrastructure creation, and then product updates. These are the three biggest challenges that I have seen with technical enablement.